Hi, it's Rebecca Reinking here, and this here is one of my favorite carryover or like generalization activities. And all you need is a wand and some magnetic chips. So here's the thing. Sometimes I have students and they can say their sounds clearly in words and when they copy sentences and things like that. But then as soon as we go to conversation and they don't have that self-awareness of their speech and how it sounds, everything can revert back to that old way. So this is a really great task that you can use, and it is so visual as well. So let me explain why we need these magnetic chips and the whole point of this. Now, usually I'll say to the child, I'm going to be asking you some questions, about a movie you saw or what you did on the weekend, and I'm going to be listening to your S sounds. Now, I want to see how many counters you can keep on your desk. But every time I hear that old way, you saying that S the old way, not the way that I taught you, I'm going to use my, magnet, and I'm going to pick up a chip, okay? Now, usually what I'll say to the child, or we'll agree on a time. So I might put a timer on, like, for example, 1 minute or 30 seconds. And so it's a very short window of time, or it could even just be answering one question, and it would be an open-ended question that I would ask the child. So there's a short window for them to be able to be really thinking about not only what they're saying, their message, but how they're saying it. And then we usually have a challenge to see if we can leave some counters on our table. Now, I did this last week with the little one, and our goal was 5. So we had 5 counters on our table here. And I actually Googled would you rather questions. So I was asking them, like, would you rather have a giant head or a giant foot? And they would tell me, I'd rather a giant head because, and, they'd give me their answer. And for each of those, questions, we had 10 questions, I would be listening and we would give ourselves a score on the table. So let's say twice I heard the old S, I would pick up 2, and our score for that round would be 3. So then at the end of 10 rounds, we got a final score, which was 41. And I'm excited because today we're going to see if we can beat 41. But that child, without me having saying anything like, whoops, did you mean this? Or was that the old way? The child could continue talking to me. But when I picked it up, you could see that change. And there was that motivation there of, I don't want Rebecca to pick up any more magnets. Like, I want to keep as many magnets as I can on the table. I'm going to make sure that I'm thinking about my new S. So it was so powerful. And obviously you can increase the amount of counters or you can increase the time, but it is a really great activity to motivate a child. You can definitely try to increase your score, and it can be that little activity that you do in between, doing some sentences and just listening to the child in conversation. So I hope you like that. You could obviously do this with anything. You could have anything that you can pick up, Lego pieces. I do love the old magnet. It's just very easy to pick them up. I hope you like that, and let me know. I've got so many more carryover ideas like this. I'm happy to do more videos. Just leave me a comment and let me know what you're looking for, and I'll grab more things out of my cupboard and show you some more ideas for speech therapy.